Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad Magnet Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and today we're going to do a revisit or elaborate a little bit further. A while back I talked about Neodymium batteries. I had bought a 24 pack, year and a half ago, of the thin bar magnets. Like this one. Okay. And my thought was they're more powerful magnets than typical magnets, and I thought that I could put them between the rails instead of the above the tie Katie magnets, and tried it out. Didn't work. Okay. And so they sat for over a year, and wasn't too long ago, 2 months or so I guess, Larry Puckett, the DCC guy, was using neodymium magnets. He was using the small little discs, one under each side underneath the rails. And I said, maybe I should try that. And I already had the thin bar magnets, so I tried it out, and damn if it didn't work. It worked good. So I installed all 24 of those, and over on the Aurora Eola Yard section, and have numerous other places that I need to install them. Okay, so I bought a 50 pack. All right, but for me, I like the big thin bar magnets because it gives you a longer or larger area to uncouple it. All right, and I'll admit I'm not as great an engineer as some people, or perhaps my engines aren't set up, little motors aren't set up as sensitive as other people's. Whatever the case may be, I enjoy that larger area. So today I want to show how I've installed these under existing laid track, and also how I mark their positions. Because keep in mind, once you ballast your track, you can't see these anymore. So you need some kind of indicator where they're at. So stay tuned. I'll show you how I address both of those situations. Okay, so here we have areas where I've installed these magnets underneath, and I installed here and here. I do leave space of cork between the two to separate out the magnets a little bit more. So I've installed a set here, and then here, and all the way across my staging yard tracks, along with at the other end of the yard a few more. But basically all I've done is cut away the cork, because the way these magnets sit, coupled with the spacers that they include in the with the magnets, so that you can pry them apart. All right, these spacers here that we get. Okay, utilizing this underneath the neodymium thin bar magnet, raises up right underneath the ties, and it works like a charm. Okay, so with these installed, I don't glue them or anything, because they'll become fixed in place once I ballast the track. So what I do next is simply come in and drill a hole so that I have a place to install some indicator points. Okay, so now that I have installed a fresh battery in my drill, what I do is I drill a hole to match the size of a dowel rod. Right? Now you can use any size dowel rod you want. I happen to have this one, so I've got a size to match. All right, I'll drill all these holes, one here, here, across there, and on the other side. And then I'll use some Gorilla wood glue and put them in place and come back and paint them a school bus yellow so they'll be visible. Okay, so I'll do that to all of them, but simply take and let me glue one of these in, and I'll tap these down into place, because I don't want too much sticking out, because then it becomes an obstacle for the locomotives, especially if they're close to a corner. I want it just high enough that it'll be above the ballast. Okay, and you could use anything you wanted to, something that may look more prototypical, perhaps something to replicate a mile marker, etc. So I just happen to have the dowel rods and match the size hole to that, and away we go. And like I said, I'll come back and paint that yellow, school bus yellow, much like the one you see right here. Okay, right there. All right, it gives you a quick reference of where those magnets are, the center of those magnets. All right, simple as that. Okay, so there you go with it. The cork roadbed cut away, space room between it, the two magnets installed, along with the marker installed and painted. Now, for installations where the track is directly onto the road base, such as the plywood, what I've done here is taken and cut the ties away and simply slid the bar magnets one under each rail. Okay. Sometimes you may need a spacer between the magnets. In this case, the track is tight enough to the base that it holds the magnets securely in place. And again, once the ballast is there, you won't see them, and it'll maintain that separation anyway. All right. So, I want to thank you for joining me here on the Retirement Railroad. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.